Just telling you, I was just looking at this like, yeah, oh, that's
I mean, coming up next 10 years, Longhorns are going to be number 8 to us. It'll be more like Alabama and all those other teams once we
well, yeah. I mean, because y'all have to beat them more than once every 14 years,
almost beat them. Yeah. Anyway,
twice,
yeah.
and however long y'all, two,
How many times have you beat them
7.
in the last how many years?
We've only played them once in the last how many years?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't count things that are before you're born.
I can too.
No, that's ridiculous.
You count that as your only national championship?
I don't.
You make it up in 1907. Like, oh my God, nobody claimed one this year.
They've never won a national championship while I've been alive, and that's
They've never won it, really. Technically, I mean, they threw the
but Georgia though. Anyway, Longhorns. I don't know, man. They're picking Kansas to win the Big 12.
I told you this we talked about this a month ago that I thought Kansas is the ones they should. That quarterback's legit.
It's legit.
Their defense. Everybody on their defense returns. It was their defense was beat up last year, but they were their defense was beat up, but they were young. So lots of learning.
I think Aggies go 9-3. I think Longhorns go 9-3.
I mean, I have no idea. I will tell you that I know a lot. Well, let's get to work on this. Ready? Okay. Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and entertainment. If you have any questions about anything we say today, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
your
American Dream.
So we just talked about the American Dream, right?
Yep. And how to get it.
And how to get it. And
first, you got to budget for it.
Yeah.
Then you got to go out and do the work.
It's been a tough year, and you know what? It's kind of we see light at the tunnel, right? Into the tunnel. So if you were been in the market or wanting to buy a house, give Troy a call. It's a good time. He'll take you through what you need to do, both on your budget and prepare you on what you need to do to get into a home this year.
Absolutely, and you can always reach out to me at 855-299-HOME or loansfromtroy.com.
So, hey, we talked at the beginning of this radio show. This is our favorite time of year. And this weekend might be I don't know. I cannot wait. I've been waiting for 2 weeks, like going, just counting the clock. All the games start this weekend. So, what you think Rice is gonna beat Texas this year? Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, Rice. Yeah. No, it's 51 points. What you think? What's the over and under on that?
52 to I don't know. I don't pay much attention to that.
All right. Well, so we have Georgia. They might win their third national championship. I guess the most college national championships. Who has the most college national championships? Do you know that?
Alabama has 17.
16.
Oh, is it 16? I thought they had 17.
Yale.
Yeah.
Yale at 18. That one surprised me. I was like, Yale. Well, they used to be a powerhouse back then.
Back in the day.
They helped invent football, I believe.
Yes.
It was all Ivy League schools back then, right?
Yeah.
So Alabama's number 16. Longhorns.
Yeah.
How many for the Longhorns?
4.
4? That's good.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, that's really good.
And they're all actually like legitimate ones.
Oh, the rest of them aren't?
Well, no, I'm just saying there's a lot of them, like the 05 USC Trojans are not legitimate. That went to LSU.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
There was Southern Florida went 12-0 and said we want Bama, but right. That's not legitimate. The 44 Aggies, that's
right.
not legitimate.
Well,
I'm just saying ones that were actually won.
So legitimate's like after a certain year.
No, it's just actually won.
Okay,
it's voted on, received, played.
Fair enough.
So, claiming is not legitimate.
What are you hoping to see in the Rice Texas game? What are you hoping to see this team do? How do they prove that they become a better team when they're playing Rice and that they're getting prepared for Alabama?
I don't think there's any way they can prove they're ready for Alabama in this game. To me,
there's nothing you can see, right?
Right. There's nothing.
See if the defense is doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah. I think
And I hate to skip over Rice like this.
No, but
yeah.
if they go out and they're 52-10, and they're good, but they go out and they're 28-10, and they can't run the football, or
Right.
I think the only thing
Interceptions,
I
to
think
Rice and things like that.
I think you're more inclined to see if they're not ready to play Bama.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
28-10 and can't run the football. Let's see. All 4 touchdowns are 80-yard passes.
We're having some fumbles.
That's
even though they were covering back, they have some fumbles.
Yeah. I'm saying they score 4 touchdowns, but it's all 80-yard touchdowns on broken plays. But those other 4 or 5 plays, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Penalty ridden. Things like that.
Yeah. Then that would be a concern. Again, but if they go out there and they play a super clean game, they rush for 250, throw for 350, and beat them 52-10, that still doesn't mean
that they're
ready
ready.
for Alabama.
But doesn't mean that they're not ready.
Right.
Okay,
So
that makes sense,
I just don't see there's nothing more than to see the enjoyment of the Longhorns taking the football field for me this weekend.
So you'll be there in the seats, right?
Oh, yes.
Of course.
It's only going to be 103, but the humidity's going to be like in the 60s. It's going to be cold. I might bring a coat.
It doesn't matter in that stadium. There's no wind.
Yeah.
There's no wind.
Yeah.
Aggies have their first game against New Mexico.
Let the refs make a bad call, and you can feel the wind of all the boos.
That's true. Well, New Mexico. So A&M's playing New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Their second game is Miami.
Right.
Miami's supposed to be a pretty solid team. They've been recruiting well.
Yep.
Didn't have a good year last year either.
They started good. The injuries.
Yeah.
So they have had a good. Miami has had a good recruiting cycle. So they have short talent. They don't have a little talent, right?
Right.
They haven't stacked talent like an Alabama or Georgia or something like that. They haven't stacked talent. So
talent,
so as the season moves on and an injury or a kid doesn't doesn't put the same thing he put in last year, they can't overcome that. So and that's what I thought. That's what I thought happened to them last year. Is that as the season wore on, they just ran out of depth. And
so had a lot of injuries last year. So this year, Alabama's second game for Longhorns, big game. I don't know. I'm hoping they whoop them. What I'm hoping to see is them blow out Rice, but like you said, with precision. With precision.
Yeah.
No sloppy play.
Yeah, Quinn is sitting down by the end of the third quarter.
Right, maybe even half.
With 350 yards and 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
That'd be a good sign.
That means in my mind they're probably ready.
Sure.
Well, but we'll see.
Yeah. So Big 12, you think that Kansas and I think it might be Kansas and UT in the end, right?
I tell you what, Kansas. Don't sleep on Kansas, right?
No.
I mean, TCU, K-State's probably. They returned the most of the winning programs other than Texas from last year.
Right.
Oklahoma having 2 seasons is probably not possible. So you should expect Oklahoma to be better. TCU lost so much, so you don't really know. Like I said, Kansas is one of the nobody's talking about them because they're Kansas, But Kansas, honestly, Kansas and Texas Tech are the 2 on paper best returning teams from last year, other than Texas.
Well, so A&M, everybody was talking about how many transfers they had. They're one of the top in the SEC for returning starters with 19. Mm-hmm. So, I have solid hopes that helps out.
Well, and so Texas kind of had that 2 years ago, but it was from a 5-7 team. So everybody's like, is that good or bad?
Right. Well, you have experience.
Yes. No, I know. I did
talk
again.
They didn't have more than half of. You had this debate, I guess, a couple weekends ago, they had a lot of starting freshmen on their lineup. Not half. I thought it was half.
Yeah, I know. Everybody did.
I thought it was reported half somewhere, but you did correct me on that, so I was corrected. But they did have a lot of freshmen, and like you said, depth was freshmen, right?
Yeah.
So
yes,
these young men have had some experience. And you know what? I'm starting to like this team. I am. I don't want to get my feelings hurt. My hopes are there.
Buy him one of them Harleys.
Yeah, right. Don't. We have some Sark stories too. We don't have to. Let the past go. Let the past go. Sark has a past as well.
But Sark gave up beer. Did Bobby give up women?
Did he give up beer? We don't know, right? He says he does. Hopefully he does. But either way. It's must-watch football.
Oh yeah,
it's must-watch football. I'm with you. I think I'm with the United States. Is that everyone thinks that there is a possibility, and there is a possibility for a blow up.
And it's because they're very strong. They're
Well,
very
it's-
strong,
it's
successful.
Jimmy Johnson,
Yeah.
Jerry Jones.
Oh, and that ended
Right?
so well for
Right?
everybody.
And we know that,
And
right?
it's, we're like 27 years later, and it's
Right.
still painful.
Well, it's like, well, this, you're going to college. You had these two friends who were, just knuckleheads,
Yeah.
right? And you heard they were going to live in, move in with each other. Like,
Yep.
oh, that's going to go very well. And it usually ends exactly what you think, right?
Yeah,
There's a brawl in the living room, and they split within 6
Yeah.
months or something. So yeah, we'll see.
You know, and I just kind of want to run through this because it was funny. I didn't see this. Because there's a lot of talk about Texas and A&M being rivals and all that sort of stuff. And
This is you.
I went to the Wikipedia page, and it says for the A&M, it says only LSU is their rival. I go to LSU, they don't have A&M on there.
Okay.
And I go to Texas, and I click on, and it's like the 8th most. So it ranks
No,
them.
I
It
see
ranks
differently.
them.
I see it. It says,
Ranking 8
it
most
says
hated
Oklahoma,
Longhorn rivals. I'm right here. So,
This is
and it
Wikipedia.
starts with obviously number 1,
which is
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Right? Obviously. I mean, that's
Okay.
obviously, right?
Okay.
I mean, A&M,
For you.
Longhorns and Oklahoma both know
Right.
that we're the rivals of each other. There's no complaints about it. There's no
Sure,
discrepancy.
sure, of course.
But then number 2 surprised me. And it doesn't all at the same time.
Okay, go ahead. And this is Wikipedia, by the way.
No, this is vanished. I don't know. This is
Okay.
yeah. So, and number 2 was Arkansas. So it surprised me, but yet it doesn't, because when I
Back in the day. when
I read Arkansas, I went, ugh, right?
Yeah.
Because Arkansas, definitely me growing up, it was OU, Arkansas were the 2, right? Because Arkansas fans are, I mean, it's a brutal deal, right? But then number 3, right?
Okay.
Nebraska.
That doesn't make sense to me.
All right. Right.
It says dormant though. Roughly Arkansas dormant, Nebraska dormant.
Yeah.
So back in the day, these
But-
we're talking Southwest Conference.
But then you roll all the way, like there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, and then there's 8, and then they're like, okay, we got to put them in here. Here's 8 alternative, the Aggies.
I'm
not.
Site. This is, I know this is.
I'm
this
just
is
telling
one
you.
site.
I'm just telling you what's
So
here.
you found a site that supports your argument.
I just clicked on the first one.
You found a site that supported your argument.
I just clicked on the first one.
which everyone does, right? When you have an argument and you land on a page that supports your argument, like this is.
It
fact.
literally says
Oh.
8, and then the next number 8.
Oh, so you Googled it, and so therefore it's true.
No,
it's
no.
not. So, but I don't believe it's 8. That's okay.
I was surprised it was 8th.
I
I mean,
don't-
I'm
I-
surprised
I
that
don't-
Alabama or Notre Dame wasn't in front of them, because
And
I
like
would
s-
more
but again,
like.
this is all stemming from the
And
1930s, right?
and
So-
USC,
Yeah.
I mean, when we play USC, I don't like them. When we play Notre Dame, I don't like them. I respect them, and we play Bama, I don't like them, but I respect them. So maybe they're not rivals because we respect them.
But I think that in the last 2 years, rivals have changed no matter what. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, especially in the last 10. So, I don't really consider Texas a rival of the Aggies anymore. I think Alabama, LSU. I think hey, we'll see next year if they become rivals again, if they're closely matched. I think rivals usually are closely matched, and it goes off year to year, and hopefully they become rivals again.
I mean, you would say that, but it's like 78 and 30, so it's not closely
No, I'm
matched.
not talking about Aggies. I'm talking about OU in Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm saying that's why they're a better rival. But again, it's kind of it starts off new. But anyway, it's a good season.
Hey everyone, you've been listening to the Home Team with Troy and White. We hope you enjoyed what you heard. Please give me a call if you have any questions, 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes. See you next week. Hook 'em horns.